Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So today I'm going to talk about Georgian Facet Stem Glasses. During the Georgian period there were a few different kinds of glasses stems. There were balustroids, which have got various bubbles in the length of the stem. There's also lights, which are basically smaller bubbles. Plain, which is basically it's just a plain stem. Opaque twist, which means it's got a little white thread that's going curly-whirly inside the thread. There's air twists, which has got threads of air going curly-whirly within the spiraling is the word I'm thinking of, like a helix within the stem. And yeah, and then there's facet stems. Oh yeah, forgot. Within the air twists, you've got air twists which are just like really thin lines of air within the stem, and also there's teardrops, and there's also mercury twist, which is like a flattened piece of air that's been twisted around, and it looks like kind of like mercury. Anyway, so there's facets. Okay, so and even then I've got three kinds of facets that I'm going to show you. There's diamond facets, hexagonal facets, and slice cut, I think it's called, or panel cut, or something. Anyway, yes. So I'm going to show you. I'm only going to show you facets today. In fact, I've only got planes and facets to show you in total anyway, because I don't have any opaque twists or balustroids. Or I've got one air twist and it's broken. So yeah, so we're going to stick with facets, and facets are nice. And also I'm going to show you a couple of top end ones. I've got a couple on loan as well, and I'm going to show you some bottom end ones, which I've got quite a few of, where you can go, oh, I think I know what this is, and pick it up from almost nothing. So with that said, I'm going to use my trusty Bickerton to show you a few in the book, see what he says. The period that they're from is from about 1780 going into the early 1900s. So let's go on and have a look in the book. So this book is, as I mentioned earlier, 18th century English drinking glasses by Bickerton. Yeah, so this is the first page of faceted stems. See what I mean, what we're going to be looking at. Anything diamond. Let's go over the page. Yeah, also if you notice the dates, pretty much everything here is dated 1785. There's a few later ones in here, a few 1790s, but pretty much, what's he saying? See if I can find. Diamond seems to be winning. Diamond. Yeah, that's diamond as well. Oh yeah, so here we go. This one's got a hexagonal faceted stem. You can see the little cuts look a little bit longer than they do. The photos, and it'll be clearer when I show you the actual glass, but this is just demonstrating the kinds of glasses that are. This is quite a bit fancier. Most of this is quite a bit fancier than what I have, because you know the kind of guy I am. I collect what I can find, really. So here's a nice one, double OG, that's nice, like that. And you can see how long the facets are, and those are hexagonal ones. That's a bit clearer. And there's all different kind. You can see proportions of the balls are different, the shapes are different. Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of like it's a general style of for lots of different kinds of glasses. And you can see this one looks almost like a, is it, how big is that? 4.5. So that's like a small rummer, that one. That ball's going to be a decent size. And you've got one over here. What we're saying, it's a sweetmeat. That's quite wide. And it's actually got knobs that are faceted, which is not so common. Yeah, so if you see knobs that are faceted, then prices go up. If the facets run all the way up the bowl as well, then you start to be heading away. This one is a more basic one, and this is the, what's it called? That's not right. That's not hexagonal flute. It's That's just, that is just, unless he's talking about the cross section of the stem as a hexagonal, but I don't think so. So yeah, he's calling this one fluted incurves. So yeah, and what's he calling this one? So some of these are not. Oh right, so he is talking about the cross section when he's talking about hexagonal columnar stem. So he's using lots of variations of the names. What's he calling this one here? Skylight room. Vertically fluted stem. Vertically fluted is the name that he uses as the generic name for this type of stem. Also, I've seen them called slice cut. So, and then we've got some more knops here. These are like balusters with, like that would be a light baluster, but it's cut, which makes it faceted. Don't have any of those. So there we go. We've come to the end. We're moving on to rudimentary stems here. So, yeah, and what's the dates? Yeah, all of these, like, look at the dates, 1785, 1790, 1785, 1784. So, yeah, pretty much, I'd say 80-90% of these are 1785, and then the rest are 1890. I don't think I saw any other dates on here. I thought I would skip over to English Drinking Glasses by Ronald Gabriel just to see if he'd got anything later. And he's got this glass here. He's dating it 1830. Yeah, so this is a vertically fluted stem. Slice cut stem. You can see the foot is a bit more bumper shaped, and you'll see that some of the slice cut ones, so the slice cut ones tend to be a bit later than the ones where the hexagonal and diamond facets, they carried on making these into the early 19th century. And in a way, beyond, because although this is a style, I'll show you anyway. So let's get on and have a look at some glass. So here we go with the first two glasses I'm going to show you. You've seen this one before. This is the dwarf owl glass that I showed in my dwarf owl glass video, and it's got a hexagonal facet stem. Yeah, and you can see it's got a nice conical foot. Can you see? Broken pontal. Yeah, this is very nice. This is one of mine, and it's got this olives and stars. Some people call it XO. Can you see that pattern there? And then this one, yeah, this is a wine glass. Yeah, you can see actually you're not getting a lot of wine in it. This pattern is a very common late 18th century, early 19th century pattern called egg and dart. See, these are the eggs, these are the darts. I think I've called it, someone called it tulip and something as well. But yeah. But anyway, and yeah, this is hexagonal stem, and you can see it's got a slightly rounded foot. Don't know if that's been cut down. It does have a polished pontal, this one. It's probably a bit later than the other one. But yeah, this is nice. Lead crystal. Yeah, if it doesn't ring like that, it's not lead. So what I will do, I'll put these two to the side, like that, and I'll start dragging in the diamond stem ones. Let's see if I can get them all. No, I'm not going to fit them all on. There's another one. Monster one. Sorry about that noise. Here we go. So these are the diamond. In fact, I'll just push these ones out of the way. I think there's too many. don't want to confuse you. So I'm going to push that one back a bit because it's not even getting in the picture. So you saw this one before. This is from the dwarf hourglass, and it's a different shape of dwarf hourglass. And you can see the exact stem. So this is a wine glass too. It's got a lovely shaped bowl. Yeah, look at that. And look at the edge. It's got some couple of little chips, but it's still nice. Broken pontle. That is very nice. And then you've got a little dram glass. This would be called. It might be just a short wine glass. Yep, broken pontle on this one as well. And then it's got these little egg patterns here. And then you've got this huge one, this huge wine glass. It is a monster compared to the others. Very conical foot. It's a bit wonky. Can you see? As I turn it round, you can see that if you watch the light here, it's not me making it do that. It's got a slightly wonky edge. Broken pontle. Where on the edge you can feel it, so it comes to a very sharp edge. It's got a bit of a blister there. Yeah, it's a very nice glass, and ping it. There you go. So yeah, so these are the sort of like more valuable facets, the ones that are harder to find, and that usually cost quite a bit more. Sometimes you can get them for under £100, but they can be more expensive. Quite often it's down to how fancy the bowl is. So, and also chips and stuff. So let's I'll start it again. I'll bring out the slice cut ones I have. So these are the slice cut ones that I have, or vertically fluted, and these are the kinds of ones where you can, because this is how I've got most of these, is where people don't realise what they are, that these are either very early 19th century or late 18th century glasses. So you go along and you go, yep, I will have that. This is probably, of them, this is probably the latest. It does have a broken pontle. I think according to Bickerton this would be called an incurved fluted, still slice cut anyway, but anyway, yeah, lovely broken. In fact, actually I just felt it stabbed me a little bit there. Broken pontle there, conical foot. This is probably closer to 1800, maybe even post. Yeah, I think I paid just a couple of quid for that. Might be made a charity shop find. Yeah, and here's another one that's kind of like in the same vein, just a little plain glass, but conical foot. This one's got a polished pontle, but you can see how it entirely handmade foot. See the work marks on it. It's got a tiny chip there. I think I might have paid £1 for this because it's got a chip, so maybe even less. But yeah. If you're just looking for something very old, then yeah. So those two I think are probably the ones that are the later ones. This is nice. So, oh, I don't think this one is. This might be similar, but yeah, again, it's got the nice conical foot. This one does have a polished pontle, but you can see it's a bit of a, when they've attached the foot to the stem, they've made a bit of a pig's ear of it, and they've got bubbles in it, and there's, I don't know what that is. I think that's a bit of the broken pontle. Yeah, and nice ring to it. And I think, yeah, this one, if you look in the bottom, early glasses, I think I've pointed this out before, early glasses sometimes have this little bubble in the bottom. That one's got it very clearly. Don't think this one has, and don't think that one has. A little bit in that one, but not much. So now we're on to the fancy ones. This is the one I'm a bit less sure of. I think this might be a copy. It does have a broken pontle, but the glass just looks very clean compared to the others. Even these ones, which I think are probably early 19th century, it looks cleaner than those even. There's just something about it, and it does have bubbles, but it does have wear. I don't. When I say it's a copy, I think might be an early 20th century, but it might not be. But yeah, this is, you know, when it was new, it was new. I'm just checking. I might be wrong because there's wear even on the. You shouldn't really hear that if it is new. So maybe it's not new. Anyway, when I say new, I'm talking 100 years old as opposed to 200 plus. But anyway, then we get down to these three. Okay, these are the better ones. This one I would describe as Anglo-Irish. One is a bucket. That's a bit something Irish. It also has a vesica and diamond pattern frieze on it. Yeah, the big proponents of this was the Cork Glasgow in Ireland. This is a slight variation with this little frosting bit in between. These panels make it a bit later, so you're really talking. It's still got a broken pontle underneath, but I think you're probably talking 1820s, 30s for this one. Still very nice glass. I think it's Anglo-Irish because of and I do actually have a decanter with this pattern on it as well. But I think that's down the shed. Then there's this one, which has still got the tulips or egg and dart, depending on what you want to call it. And yeah, this is a nice early one. Look at that. I think it's got the bubble in the bottom. Does it? No, it doesn't. One of them does. Yeah, and it also has a incurved fluted stem. Yeah, so this is the kind of thing that you're really hoping you're going to pick up in your on your travels, car booting, charity shops and stuff, because it just doesn't stand out. It looks like a little sherry glass. This is a wine glass. They just didn't drink that much. Yeah, this is too. This is called. I can't remember what these are called. These are called olives, but these are ragged pennants. You can see it's like a little Christmas tree upside down. Can you see? Will it focus? Will it? You can see they've got little furry edges on them. Yeah. See the conical form. This one kind of humps up in the middle. It's got broken pontle. Got a bunch of bubbles and stuff on it. It's also got the bobble in the bottom. Yeah, this makes this feel very 18th century, even if it is late 18th century. So yeah, so probably out of these, it's a fight between that one and that one. There, I think I'd go for the ragged pennant one. Yeah, because it's earlier. Anyway, so yeah, those are the glasses that I have, and yeah, the bulk of these, I think all of them I've picked up for almost nothing, really. You know, £5 or less. Anyway, it's just a matter of keeping your eyes open. So there you have it, Georgian Facet Stem Glasses. I can't do a video on cotton stems, air twists, balustroids. I do have a bit of a motley crew of plain stems for 18th century, and I will do a video on those at some point. Yeah, so I'm still working on my website, you know, still working on it. That's why I'm not doing quite so many videos, and I'm probably going to work on it for about another week. Yeah, so it's going to be epic, and I will do a video showing you the changes that I've made, and also just giving you a general navigation of my website so you can see how it works. So, what else? The 2 books that I used will be in the description below. And please remember to like and subscribe. It does help this channel a lot. I'm approaching the 600 mark. Feels like 1,000 is 1,000,000 miles away. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyway, with that said, thank you for watching and have a very good evening. Good night.